Have you ever heard of the romance novel The Tale of Genji? The Tale of Genji is a novel that all Japanese are familiar with, a love story written in the Heian period in Japan. In this video, we will explain it. First, let me explain some prior knowledge about Japan. At that time, the lifestyle of Japan's aristocrats during the Heian period 79–1185 was unique and sophisticated, very different from the lifestyle we know today in Japan. Their lives focused on art, literature, and elegant social activities, which were important elements of their status and education in the social hierarchy of the time. For example, the nobility placed great value on the composition of waka, short poems with profound meaning, and the exchange of waka was a very important form of communication. In other words, the aristocrats of the Heian period lived in a unique culture and social norm that was different from that of today's Japanese. Dress and aesthetics of the time were characterized by rich colors and delicate designs, and the style symbolized the aesthetic sensibilities of the people of the time. The multi-layered kimono junihito, long hair, and whitewashed faces were the standards of beauty of the time, and were a means of indicating social status and personal aesthetic sensibilities, for women in particular. The color combination and order of kimono varied with the season and occasion, and these reflected their sophisticated fashion sense. The richness of color and intricate detail in Heian period clothing and aesthetics testify to the high level of culture of the time. Aristocratic society was shaped by a number of rituals and events, which were important in maintaining social bonds and cultural traditions. Festivals held at the turn of the seasons and ceremonies at court were part of the life of the nobility and an opportunity to demonstrate their social status. For example, the cherry blossom and autumn foliage seasons were marked by banquets to enjoy the beauty of nature, an opportunity to celebrate the changing seasons, and to enjoy harmony with nature through poetry and music. These rituals and events demonstrate that aristocratic society in the Heian period had rich cultural traditions and valued the changing seasons and connection with nature. The charm of the protagonist Hikaru Genji and its origins. Thanks to his outstanding charm and talent, Hikaru Genji is depicted as the most brilliant character in the tale of Genji. His charm stems from his beautiful appearance, his literary talent, and his high social status, which together make his character extremely attractive. For example, he composes waka poems beautifully, and is intelligent and witty in his conversations with the ladies. These are the secrets of his popularity. In short, Hikaru Genji's attractiveness is the result of a combination of his appearance, education, and social status, which makes him a central character in the story. Here are some of the major romantic relationships. Hikaru Genji experienced complex, romantic relationships with a great many, 10 to 14 women, and these relationships add depth to the story. His love affairs are more than just romances. Each relationship shows the development of his life and character. For example, his tragic love affair with Murasaki no Yu depicts deep emotions, and his forbidden love with Fujitsubo adds tension to the story. Hikaru Genji's romantic relationships are an important part of his life, and each relationship deepens his humanity and the complexity of the story. In Hikaru Genji's development through love, Hikaru Genji's romantic experiences illustrate the process of his growth and maturation, and are integral to his character development. Through these romantic experiences, he learns about love and loss, and is transformed into a more profound character. As he gets older, his view of love becomes more mature and deeply affectionate, especially when compared to the thoughtless romances of his youth. Ultimately, Hikaru Genji's love experiences are his journey of growth, and these make him a more fascinating and complex character. Here we will focus on his story with Murasaki no Yu, which is considered the best in the story. The meeting between Genji and Murasaki no Yu is fateful, and one of the most memorable moments in the tale of Genji. When Genji first saw Murasaki no Yu, he was captivated by her beauty and purity, and this marked the beginning of their complicated relationship. Even though Murasaki no Yu was still a young girl, Genji decided to take her into his world and become her protector. In short, the encounter between Genji and Murasaki no Yu is the moment when a fateful and immediately profound bond is formed, setting the tone for the entire story. The relationship between Minamotoji and Murasaki no Yu changes significantly over time, giving the story much emotional depth. What initially began as a love affair as guardians, the two eventually grow to love each other, and then go through many trials and tribulations. As Murasaki no Yu grows, Genji's feelings for her also change, and he faces many obstacles, including her temporary blindness and her relationship with another man. The relationship between Minamotoji and Murasaki no Yu provides an important turning point in the story, as their love changes from pure affection in the beginning to a complex, mature love. The tragic love between Genji and Murasaki no Yu plays an important role and has a profound emotional impact throughout the tale of Genji. This tragic love is the most memorable part of the story, symbolizing love, loss, and the complexity of human emotions. The tragic turn of events, as their love faces many obstacles and ultimately leads to their breakup, is deeply emotional for the reader. Ultimately, the tragic love between Genji and Murasaki no Yu is the most moving and thoughtful part of the tale of Genji, and succeeds in making readers reflect on the truth of love and life. Symbolic elements of the tale. The tale of Genji contains many symbolic elements, which give the story deeper meaning. These symbols are used to express the emotions of the characters and the themes of the tale, providing readers with clues to a deeper understanding of the story. For example, the changing seasons and flowers symbolize the emotions of the characters and the development of the story, with cherry blossoms in particular representing ephemeral beauty. Thus, the symbolic elements of the tale of Genji allow the reader to explore the deeper layers of the story, richly expressing emotions and themes. In interpreting the author's message, the author of the tale of Genji conveys many important messages to the reader through the story. These messages include reflections on the society of the time, human psychology, and the truths of life, providing readers with profound insights. For example, the stories are interwoven with the fragility of life, the complexity of love, and moral issues, all of which are important themes the author wanted to convey. The author of the tale of Genji conveys many lessons to us through his tale, and these messages continue to influence readers today. The climax of the tale. The climax of the tale of Genji is the most moving part of the entire story, depicting an important turning point in Hikaru Genji's life. In this climax, the successes and setbacks, loves and losses of Hikaru Genji's life intertwine perfectly, underscoring the depth of his character, in particular, the separation from his loved ones, and the emptiness he feels while standing at the pinnacle of his power and wealth form the core of this climax. This climax symbolizes the complexity of Hikaru Genji's life and evokes deep emotional sympathy in the reader. The end of Hikaru Genji's life is significant in the story and represents the conclusion of his life journey. His death is portrayed as the ultimate release after experiencing success and failure, love and disappointment, reflecting the deeper themes of the story. His death sums up his life and reveals the true value of what he had pursued. The end of Hikaru Genji's life is the culmination of his journey and forces the reader to reflect deeply on the meaning and purpose of life. The world after Hikaru Genji's demise illustrates the future of the story's characters and the legacy the story leaves behind. This section of the book shows the lives of those who were affected by Hikaru Genji and how they will live after his death, emphasizing the continuing impact of the story. For example, it shows how Hikaru Genji's descendants and those around him continue his legacy and follow their own paths. The world after the story's end and its conclusion show that the tale of Genji is more than just the story of one individual, and that its impact extends to future generations. In this video, we explained the tale of Genji, an ancient Japanese love story. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like this video. History Spectrum.